back over the 40 years, what would you say are the most significant technological and market changes that you've witnessed in machine vision?
Well, the first was much higher camera resolution and data output, frame rates. The camera kind of drives everything. There's no sense having fast frame grabbers or high resolution lenses without a camera that can do all that. So the camera would drive everything. Again, in the early days, it was an RS-170 monochrome analog interlaced video signal. It was a TV signal. Okay, from the same signal that came in or out of your television. From the CCTV, the closed circuit television industry used that video output format, and that was the cameras that started. Then they started becoming non-interlaced outputs and 60 frame per second, and then faster frame rates. And obviously the output technology changed, became digital, and then a variety of digital formats, USB, GigE, now Coax Express, and some of the other higher speed, higher resolution digital output formats. So those are the biggest things that we think the technological changes in the cameras, and then the higher resolution lenses had to follow to so that your MTF and the quality, the image quality that the lens would see would be compatible with the camera, and then of course the digital output had to be driven into new frame grabbers that could process that data in the those are probably the biggest technological advantages. That was the biggest thing. In the market, the biggest advantage in the market was a more knowledgeable base. As I said in the very beginning, people didn't know how to pick out a lens, or they didn't know how to do pretty much anything. And there was a lot of education. We used to spend a lot of time on the phone, and we still do, by the way, but we'd spend a lot of time on the phone just educating us. This is the lens you need. This is the camera you need. If you want to buy some software, the software will do what you want to do. And hopefully they'd buy one or two cameras or something like that. And there's a lot of education. We don't do that anymore today. The customer base is extremely knowledgeable about the technology and the products.
So I'm going to move on to you, Junior, Ron Jr. So you have led the company as president for 15 years before becoming CEO. How has the company evolved under your leadership?
Well, I think one of the things we did early on when I got out of college, which would have been the early 90s, is we wanted to be an online business. We wanted to have an online presence, and that was kind of where we were going to kind of make our make or break us, I guess. And so part of what I do besides sales stuff is I make sure that we have a website that's doing what we want it to do and doing the marketing around it and attracting new customers and getting inquiries. And so that's usually first and foremost of what what I'm trying to do is just try to be relevant. We use e-commerce as part of our offering. That plays for a lot of the products that we sell. For example, camera lenses. I mean, it's kind of created its own online marketplace, if you will. If we take maybe 10 different manufacturers, maybe there's more on there, and it might be a couple thousand lens products that somebody can go to in one place. Well, maintaining that takes time, and it takes, if things become obsolete, we don't want them there anymore. We have to let customers know, but when new products come, we got to make those available. So that's probably would be a big part of it.
What emerging machine vision technologies or trends are you most excited about right now?
Well, so machine vision optics kind of is the main driver of a business. So those tend to be the technologies that I usually pay most attention to. And what's good is that we get regular visits by most of the lens manufacturers that we sell. One's visiting us tomorrow, another one's visiting us Friday, another one's visiting us next week. So they tell us, here's what we're doing, here's what's on our roadmap. We're going to be integrating with these camera software companies and so forth. So things like that. I'll just give an example, and I'm not trying to play favorites, but Computar Lens Connect. That's a technology that they come out with. It's USB driven. They have a version that's a serial control. And I think hopefully the end game is for those to be integrated right within the camera software. So whether you're Basler, Allied Vision, IDS Imaging, wherever you are, maybe someday if that technology right from your camera, you can control all the lens instead of being at a separate software interface as you might be now. So things like that, I kind of see where that goes, and that's part of my job. And what we need to do is to understand it, and then present it and market it, and be knowledgeable enough to sell it.